some maps now. You've had a look at what Broadwell's like today using something like Google Earth, and you've looked at a couple of late 19th or early 20th century postcards to see what it used to look like. And now we're going to have a look at some ordnance survey maps to see how the village looked on there. This is the first edition 6-inch map, so this is very useful to let you see whereabouts your parish is and what is nearby. So we're interested in Broadwell, which is right up in the northeast of Gloucestershire, and the nearest place is Stow-on-the-Wold, so that's the nearest market town. Broadwell itself is a little village, and it's just off the main Fossway, which runs right up through the county from Cirencester. And it gives you a good idea of the shape of the village. And you can see it's quite a linear village. It's not compact at all. It's spread out along a couple of roads. Now what we need to do next is look at a larger scale map.
Okay then, should we go over to the larger scale map?
This is a copy of the first edition 25-inch, which is about 1884, 1885, so the same date as the smaller scale one. But it gives you much more detail about the village, so you can see very clearly the individual properties. Now, the place we're interested in is the old school, which is up here. Now, it's actually on a street called Kennel Lane, and it's quite interesting to think why it was called Kennel Lane.
Oh, why would it be called Kennel Lane?
Well,
Is it anything to do with dogs?
I think it is.
The hunt.
Because if you look further up on the next edition map, we've got a bit more of Kennel Lane showing, and you can see there's actually somewhere called Kennel Cottages.
Oh.
And I think that one of the landowners in Broadwell probably had his own pack of dogs to hunt, because this is prime hunting
grounds.
That's right. So that is quite interesting. And the fact that the lane is actually called Kennel Lane makes you think that the kennels have been there for quite a long time.
Yes. Oh, interesting.
Now this map is 1902, so this is the second edition.
Right.
And again, it shows the layout of the village very, very clearly. And what you can see when you can compare the two is that the parish really hasn't changed very much between the 1880s and the early 20th century.
Yes, looks very isolated then, with all these fields around it.
It was. It wasn't far from the main road. This is the Foss Way, so that is the main road. But I would think that this little lane is probably not very easy to travel down.
Yes.
And certainly in the winter, the village would be cut off.
Yes. Okay.
After the First World War, a lot of places expanded as the district councils built social housing.
Yeah.
So we can have a look at the later map for Broadwell to see if that happened there.
Okay.
So this is the third edition map, which was drawn up in about 1923 or 1924.
Okay.
And again, if you look, you can see the school, which is what we're interested in. You can see the Kennel Cottages were still there.
And what year was this, I'm sorry?
This is about 1924.
Oh, yes, okay.
So it's just after the First World War. And you might expect that there would have been a little bit more housing. But when you look, there's hardly anything. So I don't think Broadwell changed a huge amount.
Fascinating.
And you can see the footprint of the school very clearly. So you've got the school building and the teacher's house, which was attached.
Yes. Okay.
So the accommodation went with the job.
Yes. Wonderful.